One of the most important questions I'd like you to think about is, what do you want from your final expense and or Medicare Advantage sales business? And yeah, there's a lot of great answers. You might like the idea of being your own boss and working for yourself, or maybe you expect more, to eventually retire the sweet life, and or live a life of luxury. For some, your goal might be to simply hit that six-figure income number for the very first time. Pretty sweet, let me tell you. Or maybe you just want to get to the point to where you don't want to ever have to worry about money again. No more financial problems, no more arguing with the spouse about spending money that you guys maybe don't have. We've all had money issues, right? And we've all had those family discussions about the money, that we wish we didn't have to have. As long as you have goals and expectations, then yes, all of your needs and wants are totally accomplishable. Trust me. And what's nice, guys, is that as long as you're working with the right people, someone who has a proven sales system that's been working for other people, then it's all going to come down to you and what you put into your final expense and or Medicare Advantage sales business. In this video, we're going to talk about all of this and more. So please smash down on the like button and subscribe. We're putting out new content every week. And just to be clear, everything that we do on our YouTube channel is designed specifically for you guys, for you and your insurance business. We want you to be successful. First up, let's talk about goals and how important they truly are. And real quick, if you'll hang around until the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to get a copy of both the checklist that every new agent needs, when they're making their very first sales, and the pricing page that I use during every presentation that I make. When you have goals in life, in business, whether it's long-term or short-term, which should be both, that whole idea of having the goals, what it actually does is it gives us a place to look forward to. It gives us that place where we know we need to get to. When Mariana and I first got into selling final expense insurance, our main goal at the time was to change the way we were living. We didn't have much. We were in debt up to our ears. We weren't going on any vacations or even going out to dinner because the money just wasn't there. It just wouldn't have been smart to do that. I mean, we were figuring out ways to cut a penny into four. Once the cash started to come in, we immediately started to take care of our debt and started talking about other goals. And two of our goals were, one, getting our business to the point to where we didn't have to bust our butts and work so darn hard because, we were working like 80 plus hours every week. And two, we wanted to get a new and much bigger house. Looking back at the time, we were living in like an 1,100 square foot home. It was maybe 1,150, real tiny. With the money we made, we were able to have a brand new, modern 2,600 square foot home built with a swimming pool and a jacuzzi, all the nice things. We moved to an area that gave us better access to our clients and for our insurance sales business, really, away from the Miami area. And yeah, we actually got to pay off our mortgage after living there for like less than a year. And it just happened to be during the whole pandemic thing. Having money is just something we weren't used to. And thankfully, we were old enough that we didn't have to make any major financial mistakes, the kind we make when we're younger. We invest safely. We both still work in the field. And I get to go to bed each night knowing that we're not only helping our clients, but we're also helping other insurance agents to change their lives too, just like we did. I think the dream and expectation that comes with being your own boss and being successful at the same time, for most of us at least, if you dream big and work hard, you might actually get what you want, what you're working towards. However, and I always warn agents of this. If you're thinking, wow, being my own boss is going to give me the ability to do what I want, when I want, it'll free up some time. No, that's not how it works, guys. You're mistaken. I mean, if you want success, that is. For us, working for ourselves and being our own boss meant that now we didn't have a schedule to follow. So instead of, thinking we work 40 or 50 hours per week, we could work as much as we needed to achieve our goals. which in the beginning was, pretty much always, from when we got up to when we fell asleep late at night. Let's talk a little bit about money and having the right vehicle to achieve your goals. So guys, again, on our YouTube channel, we talk a lot about selling final expense and Medicare Advantage or even Medicare supplements. The reason we do that is because you get the upfront 9-month advance commissions from selling the final expense insurance, and the Medicare Advantage pays $270 per year. Well, this year, next year, it's going to be over $280. But that's for every year your client stays with you, which is kind of huge. Let me explain. So your average final expense sale is around $600 in annualized premium. So if your commission level is like 110% first year commission, which is basically where we start our newer agents that don't have a lot of production or any, then you're going to be advanced around $500 upfront for every sale that you make. And the rest gets paid over those months 10, 11, and 12 that your client stays on the books with you. And there's even a little bit of renewal, like 5% for the first few years, which it tends to go down. It's not a lifetime thing, the way it is with the Medicare. This is why we love selling final expense for the short term, though. So that way we get paid pretty quick, and it's usually within like 30 days. Now, Medicare Advantage sales is where we make that long-term passive income stream, that everybody wants, that everybody's talking about. Your average Medicare Advantage sale stays with you for like 10 years and pays no less than $2,700 if you do it right, if you service your client correctly. And again, that's over 10 years, that $2,700. So imagine if they stick around for 20 years, that's over $5,400. I mean, that's kind of huge. A minute ago, we talked about goals. If you do some simple math where you're selling at least 4 or 5 Medicare Advantage plans each week, which, by the way, we have agents selling like 10 to 15 plus MAPDs every week. And you do the math again, selling over a 5-year period, you're making around $300,000 per year in lifetime residuals? I mean, that's crazy. Do the math for 10 years. I mean, you sit down, you figure it out. We're looking at like $500,000 per year. So let's go back to the original question. What do you expect from your insurance sales business? A change in lifestyle? Totally doable. A new home without a mortgage? If you don't mind putting in a little hard work, sure, why not? Well, what about living a life of luxury? If you have the right personality and a really strong work ethic, absolutely. Look, we didn't kill ourselves for what we accomplished. We just work when we're supposed to. That's the thing. We do the same activities day in and day out, and we do what we know works without trying to change anything, because we know what works. And yes, we go on, really nice, luxurious vacations. Now we go out to eat whenever we want and wherever we want. And if my wife wants to go to Argentina to visit her mom, no problem. If her mom wants to come here a couple times a year, bring it, no problem. We've got the money. It's never an issue. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate to what I'm talking about. When you're in business for yourself and you put in the time and effort that it takes to be successful, life is a lot different than it is for like the average guy or gal who, goes to work at their job and has to depend on someone else so that they can make a living. When you eat what you kill, not only do you truly appreciate what you've done, what you've accomplished, but you develop this sense of pride. It's different, and there's nothing that can take that away from you. For a copy of both the pricing page and the checklist that I mentioned earlier in the video, just email me at doug@ufesonline.com. For more information on becoming an independent insurance agent through our insurance agency, guys, just shoot me an email at that same address. Remember, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. Now, get on out there and do something good for someone today. Happy hunting.